Trying to move it. I'm moving it. I'm moving here. Hello, guys. Donald, aka Bloodbear15 here, coming at you today with Sick Wife 115. I think she's smiling under there. I can't tell, and you probably can't tell either. Maybe I don't know. She's a little sicky, but she still wanted to do these Fastlane predictions. I was gonna do them without her, but then she was like, then she got sad, and I was like, oh no, did you want to do them? And she nodded because she can't really talk. So we'll see how this goes.
I have the influenza and the bronchitis.
The bronchitis. I think we're starting to catch the bronchitis because my throat's been hurting a little
Don't
bit.
say that.
I'm just saying my throat's been hurting a bit. But in any case, let's jump into these predictions. And because we're doing this so late, it's not going on the Twitches, which actually I just realized I don't normally put on Twitch anyway. I normally make it a video, so it's always on YouTube. But it's being a live stream on YouTube for once, which is rare, but happens sometimes. But in any case, let's get started. The first match I see it's a tag team match on the kickoff show: New Day versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think the answer is obvious. No, actually, it's not so obvious.
New Day.
Do you think New Day?
New Day.
Moving
on.
Wait, no, I'm not. I didn't pick yet. What do you mean moving on? This is a rough. Why do you say New Day?
Just because I think New Day has a better chance. I would like to see New Day more than Rusev and Shinsuke.
Okay. I will reiterate. She said New Day, just in case she can't be heard. I'm assuming she can be, but
New Day.
Okay, that's better. I'm gonna go Rusev and Shinsuke.
Okay.
I shouldn't, but I'm going to. You start off different. Okay, next match. Rey Mysterio and Andre versus Andre. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade on the kickoff show as well. I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio here.
Yeah, my dad, obviously.
Yes, the dad. Because
Rey Mysterio, my dad.
Okay, Raw Tag Team Championship Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable triple threat tag team match. Who you saying?
Aleister Black and Ricochet.
Why?
Because they've been doing really, really good, and I really hope that if they win the titles, they will be put on the main rosters and not be on NXT anymore, and they'll just move them up. Because I don't like all the back and forth that they're doing with them right now. Because they've been doing really good on the main roster, and I would like to see more of them just on the main WWE roster, like Raw or SmackDown, instead of putting them on Raw and SmackDown and then putting them back on NXT to do their own thing. Whether they continue to be a tag team on Raw or SmackDown doesn't really matter. I just want to see them more on the main roster. So I hope they win to get the championship, because I don't want them to have it. They annoy me. And Bobby Roode and Chad Gable already had it. They were good having it. But I feel like they're just boring now. So Aleister Black and Ricochet is gonna be my pick.
There's another one I'm disagreeing with you on.
Okay.
But I don't know who I'm picking. I just know it's not gonna be Black and Ricochet. Well, I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be Black and Ricochet.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's gonna be the Revival or Chad and. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Revival. I think
Roode. You think they're gonna retain?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there are any titles changing hands tonight, and if there is one, or tomorrow, Fastlane, whatever. There's not gonna be any titles changing hands. But if there is a title to change hands, it would be in this match. So I don't know if I want to bet on no titles changing hands or one. I'm gonna say Revival for now, but I might change my mind.
Okay.
Okay, Women's Tag Team Championship match: Boston Hug Connection versus Nia Jax and Tamina.
I'm gonna say Boston Hug Connection. Because I don't want Nia and Tamina. Like, I feel like everybody's going to say Nia and Tamina just because they're the bigger women.
I don't see anyone saying Nia and Tamina.
I would say most people would say Nia and Tamina because they're bigger women. And they have the ability to easily, work together and take them out. I feel like for Raw, Boston Hug Connection, because there are way better teams that are more deserving and I feel would look better with the women's tag championships. And I think giving them an equal opportunity with a different team is better than Boston Hug versus Nia Jax and Tamina. Because it's basically little guys versus big guys, and you're expecting big guys to win. But I say Boston Hood Connection, and I think if they retain the titles, who would you want them to go after next? Like who would you want to go after the tag teams next? Assuming Boston Hood Connection retains.
Well, the current rumor is that it's going to be a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania with the team from NXT, SmackDown, Raw, and Boston Hood Connection. So if that is what's going to happen, I'd say the Sky Pirates.
Who's that?
That's Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, I think. Those two.
Oh, okay.
And I guess I'd say Fire and Desire from SmackDown, and probably Nia and Tamina again.
Fire and Desire. That's Mandy and Sonya.
Yeah.
I would like to see Mandy and Sonya. Like I hate Mandy. She's not my best choice, but because of the way that the Elimination Chamber went for the titles, being Boston Hug Connection and Fire and Desire started the match and they ended the match together. I would like to see them prove themselves to be the champions. Like I would personally like to see that match. Now, if Io Shirai and Kairi Sane came in from NXT and just dominated them in a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania, that would be great. Like I'd be okay with that. Like I like them. They're good. I feel like they would put the titles to good use. They would fight for it. I feel like they would make the titles fun because they both have like their themes or whatever for wrestling. I think that would be good. Now, I just personally feel Nia Jax and Tamina not the best, not the greatest team.
They're two of the worst wrestlers.
For a tag team, you're right. Individually, they're not good either.
Tamina's a fine wrestler, but she can't talk. She's a charisma vacuum.
Oh, yeah.
Nia can talk somewhat, but it's really cringy every time she does, and she can't wrestle for shit.
For sure. I just feel like Nia Jax and Tamina as a tag team, it is not working. Yeah. They should, get rid of. Not really get rid of them, but like stop pushing them for the tag titles.
It is working because they're so unpopular because they're so bad. But yeah, no, I'm also going with the Boston Hook Connection.
Okay.
Even though part of me says maybe that's with the Nia Jax and Tamina. That's another one that's like maybe they'll just do it for the lulz. But no, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus The Miz and Shane McMahon. I'm going Usos.
I'm also going
because Miz and Shane are going to get locked down in the Uso.
I don't like the Miz and Shane McMahon as a team. It doesn't work for me. Okay, Shane needs to stop this now. He needs to stay behind the scenes. He's not good. Okay, I'm definitely saying the Usos. The Usos could put on a way better show with way better competitors to go against them for the championships. And it's just, I'm going the Usos.
Yeah, I mean,
they're the stronger team for sure.
Maybe we get Usos versus New Day at WrestleMania. We see New Day with the tag team and the WWE Championship. That would be an amazing way to end WrestleMania. But Usos, because I think Shane and Miz need to fall apart here and get their match set up for WrestleMania. But now we have SmackDown Women's Championship, Asuka versus Mandy.
I'm going to Asuka because I definitely think Asuka can kick Mandy's ass. However, if Sonya is in Mandy's corner, I feel like a lot could go wrong. But I do know that Asuka can kick both of their asses. It's just a matter of if Asuka can keep her head straight during the match and not get so distracted and just focus on retaining her championship. I'm going Asuka. Especially if you think that maybe there might be a fatal 4-way, why would they give it to Mandy? If they're gonna give her a chance,
she could hold both of them.
I guess, but I don't see her as someone that they would push to make history as holding the women's tag team titles and the SmackDown championship.
Well, I don't think they would win the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania. It's not had. They're gonna be in the match. It's not happening.
Okay, but I don't think that they would push for it.
So, question: do you think? Did you know what some of the matches were before we do this? Did you remember? Okay, I just don't really help me with the question. What was I gonna ask? But I came in here. I knew most of the matches. The first one we said, I forget, Shinsuke and the New Day and Rusev, like that wasn't announced before. So this first time I'm hearing of it, but the rest of the matches I'm pretty sure I knew about. And I came in here very confident, like, oh, this is a very predictable show. And every single one pretty much have been like, ooh, I don't know though. They could go the other way just to be like, haha, gotcha. This is not one where I'm saying Asuka, but at the same time, it could be Mandy because Vince McMahon loves his blondes, and I think Charlotte's gonna lose to Becky. But that's another one where I'm like, I could be wrong on that, and he wants a blonde to win probably, so maybe he brings it up here. And Asuka has just like, Asuka, I mean, she won the title technically in the match, but she didn't win the title because she's Asuka. She was just given the title because they needed to get out of the Becky and Charlotte and Ronda thing. So she didn't.
Okay, but they're still on the Becky Ronda Charlotte.
I know, no, but that's why the title's on Asuka because they needed the SmackDown Women's Championship out of that thing, so they could just focus on the Raw Women's Championship. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So whoever they would have thrown in the match would have won it, whether it been Asuka, whoever would not.
Right.
And Asuka really hasn't done anything since winning it. I mean, I love Asuka. She's fucking badass. She's great.
What do you mean? She's kicking Sonya and Mandy?
She wasn't at Elimination Chamber. She defended at Royal Rumble, but she was not. She didn't defend at Elimination Chamber. She has been on like no episodes of SmackDown. She lost to Mandy Rose in like 10 seconds. She kicked Mandy Rose in the face. Those are the two things she's done since the Royal Rumble. The past 5 weeks, it's the Women's Champion's done two things.
Okay.
So, but she could win.
I really
but I
hope
want
they're not pushing Mandy Rose just because she's not good.
Sonya
is
is the better of the two of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Sonya, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Mandy Rose is absolutely terrible. I guess she's okay for like storytelling, like with Mandy and Naomi or whatever, but Mandy's just not good. She's not. Yeah. And the fact that Corey Graves always oogles over her just annoys the shit out of me, bro.
Well, that's the point. He's the heel commentator.
It's terrible. Like, shut the fuck up.
But now we have The Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. I'm going with The Shield because how are you going to bring Roman Reigns back after leukemia and have him loose? How are you going to bring the Shield back together for one last time?
And the other guys are the bad guys. I'm definitely going the Shield just because, I like the Shield better than the other guys. Baron Corbin gets on my nerves. Bobby Lashley needs to shut the fuck up. He's just very angry about his Intercontinental Championship being gone. And Drew McIntyre just has problems at the wazoo, okay? So I'm definitely saying the Shield.
I think it's the last match. Or no, two more? Yeah, there's two more, I think. Yeah, Becky versus Charlotte. If Becky wins, she's in the WrestleMania match as a triple threat, and if she loses, she's gone. Whatever that means.
She's done.
Done?
So which could either mean she's fired.
I think it just means she's out of this feud. I think that's what it means, as opposed to her being out of the company or whatever.
Okay.
Which would be really weird for them to like fire Becky if she lost.
I don't want Becky to win. I don't like Becky.
But who's gonna win?
Charlotte.
You're saying Charlotte?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it makes the most sense to have Becky win just to put her in the match. But the WWE had a clear-cut feud. They could have just had a nice blood feud between Becky and like thrown Charlotte in there just to get the triple threat match that they wanted.
Yeah.
But instead, they've convoluted the shit. They've added so many different things. They could have just had them hate each other. Instead, they've added like all the suspensions, the injury, all the extra stuff. But I feel like they're just gonna continue just messing with things and make Charlotte win here, just so they can make things even crazier in the 3 weeks left till WrestleMania or whatever. But I'm still going with Becky because I feel like it just makes the most sense. It'd be dumb for them to continue to make it convoluted and such, but they totally could. So I'm going with Becky.
I'm going Charlotte. I would much rather just want to see Charlotte and Ronda instead of Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. Also, if Charlotte does well in this match, I know it's scripted, but I feel like if Ronda or Charlotte was seriously good in this match, she definitely could beat Becky Lynch for like doing all kinds of things. Like there could be different scenarios, and Charlotte Flair could definitely win. And I just feel like I don't need to see any more Becky. She's done what she had to do. She's come in. She's ruined a bunch of stuff. She's interfered in matches. She's beat the shit out of Ronda and Charlotte with their crutches, which should have been, assaults. Basically, she was arrested, and It's just you're right. It's been played out too much. I don't need to see any more Becky.
Okay, let me ask you something. How do you feel about Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
She's literally female Stone Cold. I don't know why you don't like her. They're literally like copying the Stone Cold's template onto Becky, and you don't like it.
I just
don't
like
understand.
Becky, I guess.
Okay, I mean, fine.
Becky
but
doesn't do it
care.
as well as Stone Cold. Like, nobody could ever be another Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, Stone Cold Steve Austin is in his own category.
Yeah, Stone Cold
is his own person. Like, he's fucking up there. Okay, they cannot push a Stone Cold Steve Austin story onto Becky Lynch because she can't do it.
I think she's doing it fine.
She doesn't do it well. She can't.
Disagree.
It's Stone Cold or nothing.
Stone Cold nothing?
And because Stone Cold unfortunately cannot wrestle anymore, I wish he could. I would love to see him wrestle today.
He hasn't wrestled in 14 years or 16 years.
I can't with Becky anymore.
Okay.
I can't. So
moving on.
And last match.
The WWE Championship. With the man who likes to recycle, Daniel Bryan, versus the man who likes to eat pizza with his kids, Kevin Owens.
I'm saying Kevin Owens.
I wonder if Kevin Owens has gotten his change back from the movie theater yet. But
there was no change.
There was no change.
His son pocketed it.
Yeah, definitely. But Daniel Bryan is leaving as champion. I don't know if he's going to win the match, though.
Because of Rowan?
No.
Oh.
Because Sami Zayn or the New Day interfering. Or both. Or Rowan. Or Harper. There are so many extra factors in this match, and that's why I was meh on Daniel Bryan. Like, I know Daniel Bryan's raved as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I didn't watch wrestling when he was.
If the New Day came and interfered, they'd interfere on behalf of Kevin Owens. Like, it's not Kevin's fault that Vince decided to pull Kofi out. But I feel like either way, Kofi could get a chance to go for the WWE Championship. I feel like he'd have a better chance against Kevin Owens. Like, not chance, but it would be a better match with Kevin and Kofi. Who else did you say? New Day. Oh, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn.
I don't think Sami Zayn's coming back yet.
Him and Owens were recovered at the same time, so.
Okay, but I don't think he'd come back yet.
No.
And if he did, I feel like, again, he'd be on, behalf of Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. That was his best friend. So he'd help Kevin Owens instead of,
Well, yes,
Daniel Bryan.
but if anyone comes in and helps Kevin Owens and attacks Daniel Bryan, Owens wins. And that's what I'm saying.
You mean Daniel wins?
No. Wait. Yes. Shit. I forget how DQs work.
Well, I'm saying, so, maybe Sami Zayn would come and help by eliminating Rowan. Helping beat Rowan on the outside instead of, otherwise. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely, I want to say, I hope Kevin Owens wins. I'm not going to pick Daniel Bryan. I don't like Daniel Bryan. Ever since he's become the new Daniel Bryan, he gets on my nerves. He's just terrible. He's terrible. Okay? I don't want to see any more of him. The new championship looks nice. It's fine.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I like the hemp. I love the turquoise. But, even though he brought in a new championship, he still disrespected the last championship by throwing it in the garbage.
That's fine. I hated that belt. I hated that belt so much.
But he threw it in the garbage. But Ronda's getting so much slack for simply placing her belt in the middle of the ring. So why isn't Daniel Bryan getting slack for that? For throwing it in the garbage?
Because the Ronda thing was dumb. She vacated the title and then was just given the title back. That's dumb. She
did not vacate it. She did not say I quit. She did not give
her putting the title down and leaving, that is vacating the championship. They said the title belt was vacated. They set a match. They set a match.
Ronda did not say that.
Yes, but they own the belt. That's their choice. If they can be like, yeah, we're just taking the belt off you at any point in time.
But Stephanie was the one who gave it back. She could have chosen not to.
Yes, and that's dumb. That's what I'm telling you. That's stupid.
Kevin Owens.
Okay, now can I go back to the explanation I was saying before you interrupted me?
Go ahead.
Okay. I've never been a big fan of Daniel Bryan because I didn't watch him during his big yes movement run or whatever that everyone loves him for. I didn't watch wrestling at the time, so I don't feel this nostalgia wave of Daniel Bryan. I mean, like, yeah, it was cool to see this guy that was the general manager come back out from retirement. Like, that was, oh yeah, I'm really happy for this guy, but his wrestling's never done much for me. But I very much enjoy the new Daniel Bryan. It's very much enjoyable, especially with this Kevin Owens and Kofi thing. I'm in love with it. It's great. I thought the Becky Ronda Charlotte thing was the best thing in WWE. I now think this is the best thing in WWE because they've just screwed up the Becky Ronda Charlotte thing with so much extra bullshit. But I think there's so many things that can happen in this, and it's gonna be so intrigued. But I think Daniel Bryan wins it no matter what. I just don't. It's the title. I think if Sami Zayn were to return, he would attack Daniel Bryan, so Daniel Bryan will win. Or he would attack Kevin Owens, turning heel on Kevin Owens, and then Bryan wins. Or New Day. I think the most. I'm going with no winner. There's no one. It's called off because the New Day interferes and screws up the whole thing. We set up a triple threat: WrestleMania, Owens, Kofi, and Bryan. So yeah, no contest. Okay. And that is all the matches. But as we've been doing for the past few, I've been asking like an extra random question. When do you think Lacey Evans will make her walk down the ramp?
She walks down the ramp. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so
she doesn't say anything.
When do you think she will walk down the ramp? During Fastlane.
During Fastlane?
Yeah, during Fastlane. What point in the night do you think? Like during a match, after, before a certain match? What point do you think she's walking?
Pay-per-views don't usually have a lot of promos, so.
Correct. But she's walked down mid-matches before and interrupted and then just walked away. Like that's when Mandy beat Asuka. It had nothing to do with the match. Like she walked.
Maybe during that one.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have brought that because that's what I was going to say too. Yeah.
Just because women, and it's the only singles women match because the other one is the tag team titles, unless she does it during Becky and Charlotte. But I don't think she would because that's kind of a bigger one.
So you're saying during Asuka and Mandy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm also gonna say that, but during Asuka and Mandy, just because I think Lacey is gonna be the one that fights Asuka at WrestleMania.
Why?
Because they apparently won't like see her as being like the next big thing.
Lacey?
Yep. With Ronda leaving after WrestleMania, they see her as like the third big woman with Becky and Charlotte. Apparently, I don't understand why because they're doing nothing with her besides walking. But yeah, okay. So we're in agreement with that, so it doesn't really matter. In any case, guys, that is all for these Fastlane predictions. And that's pretty good. I feel like we take a long time with these every time. It's always like 20 minutes.
It's because we argue and we have our own opinions on it.
Yeah, it's great. Get the opinions out there. But in any case, guys, that is all for this. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for all the good shit. Hit the notification bell. Oh, burped low. Senior versus streamer upload. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And she hates when I tell her to do the peace thing, so I.
Peace.
Are you fucking kidding?